Hi everybody, it's Lynn here. Today I'm making a necklace that's like a Y necklace style. So I thought we'd make it together. I have on my board here some rainbow fluorite beads, which to be honest, they're not very rainbow, but they're almost translucent. But anyway, I have 6 millimeter beads here. I have some spacer beads. This component looks like this. It's a 3-hole spacer. Okay. What I did was I started wrapping on one side, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other outer hole. You can see I already have this side completed. And what I used to do that was 22 gauge German style wire from Beadalon in gold. So that's what we're using to wrap our links with here. Now on this part of the necklace, we're going to do a strung necklace on beading wire. So I've also cut myself a couple of pieces of beading wire to finish it up with. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you how I did this. And it's just simple wrapped loops, nothing complicated. But for our first link here, what I did was I took a piece of wire and made a wrapped loop, put one bead on it, come up through that next outer hole and put our other bead on, like so. And I'm just going to wrap that loop, and then we're going to make the bottom part. So let's get going. Hope everybody had a nice Memorial Day weekend. We're officially, well, I know it's still spring technically, but to me it's summer. You get to Memorial Day, it's summer, especially here in Florida. We're already seriously warm. Which actually, to be honest, this year we had it good. It didn't get hot until just a couple of days ago. So we have had a very, very mild spring for Florida, which is always nice. You don't have to run the AC so much. I've got it blasting today though because it is humid and hot. All right, I need to cut myself another piece of wire. So let me do that real quick. Okay, now what I'm doing to do these links is I'm just doing a wrapped loop. So I'm grabbing my wire like this, a little more maybe. I'm going to kink it 90 degrees, reposition my pliers to the corner kind of, take the short leg, come up and over, rotate your pliers around, and take that on to the back, and then wrap. Now this German style wire is stiffer than normal craft wire, but it really is, it's nice if you can use it on your projects. It definitely is stronger, in my opinion. Okay, so we have that wrapped loop. We add a bead, and we prepare to do another wrapped loop. Open over, rotate your pliers, bring it on around. Okay, now open up that loop just enough to get your other piece on. Slide it down into that loop like so. Close this back, grab your loop, and wrap. I think this is going to be pretty. I wish it had more color, but this string of beads was just really pale. And that happens with rainbow fluorite a lot, to be honest. It's hard to find it where it's really saturated with color. Okay, tucked our little tail in, and we'll do it again. grab our wire, kink it, reposition to the corner, up and over, rotate your pliers, and bring it to the back. Woo! Sorry, y'all. My hand slipped. And wrap. Oh, I broke the wire. Wow. Can't believe I did that. Must have grabbed it wrong. All right, let's try it again. Kink it, move our pliers up and over, move our pliers, bring it around, open him up, put our component on, close it down, and wrap. Uh-oh. No, that's right. Thought I was supposed to put a metal bead there, but it's the next one. Okay. Snip and tuck. Okay. Need more wire. All I'm doing is taking my nylon nose or jaw pliers and just straightening my wire as I need it. I'll be honest with you guys, I have not worked with this German style wire before. I like it. Okay, grab our wire, kink him over, move our pliers up and over, move our pliers, bring it around, and wrap. Oh, that darn phone. I have a real love-hate relationship with phones, y'all. They're, to me, a necessary evil. Okay, now we're going to put a metal bead on. I just have these little corrugated rounds. I got these some time ago from Fire Mountain, I think. Okay, get ready to wrap him. Um, I'm getting ready to give you guys a tour of my room here. I had someone request that. So as soon as I can get a few more things picked up and put away, I'll do that for y'all. I'll show you how I store stuff. Maybe it'll help you out in some way. It has been years of redoing and modifying my way of doing things for sure. It seems like the more you accumulate, the more difficult it can be. I have a hard time remembering what I have. That's my problem. And I had a whole bunch of beads just thrown into drawers. And I've spent the last day trying to redo that. Clean up a little bit here. I'm getting messy. Okay, we got 3 more beads to wrap, and then we'll start on the necklace part. And that'll be really quick and easy because we're really just stringing. We're not doing anything real different on that, but this is kind of a cool design for something a little different. And I think this is something that's going to be better as a shorter necklace instead of a longer one. I like long necklaces for the most part. Actually, to be real honest with you, I really don't wear necklaces much at all. I am a bracelet and earring person. Necklaces get tangled up in my hair and it drives me crazy. Okay, we got another Florite. Let's get him set up. Open him up. slide him onto this loop, close it back down, and wrap. Now on the last bead for our drop here, I put it on a ball head pin because we want a nice finish. I didn't do my own for that one. I just used a small ball head pin. Okay. One more on this. You guys have big plans for this summer? I really don't have anything planned at all. Just to try to keep on going. I used to really enjoy travel, but I don't enjoy it so much anymore. I think because I did it so much for my job for so many years. I used to practically live on a plane, y'all. That gets old real quick. I mean, it sounds all glamorous and stuff, and it is when you first start doing it. But then you find yourself in cities that you don't know anybody, and you are not real familiar with how to get around, where to go, that kind of thing. And it just becomes kind of the. I did a lot of room service. I don't enjoy going out to a restaurant alone. Actually, I don't know too many people that do. We are social creatures, aren't we? All right, y'all, we're down to the last one here. And that's the one that I have on this little ball head pin here. I'm doing it the same way. The very same way that we've done everything else. Get him wrapped and I'll show you what we have. Come here, little wire. It can be so hard to get into these tight places. Okay. All right, you guys. Um, this is what our Y is going to look like. Okay. And all we're going to do is just attach each side of the necklace to this loop here. Huh, look at that. Oh, there it was. Okay, so that's our focal, if we want to call it that. Now, I think what I'm going to do is attach my beading wire directly to this loop. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Now, I got a new toy. I finally, excuse me, broke down and bought one of these magic crimpers. It's supposed to turn your crimp bead into the perfect little round ball, bead, whatever. So let me find the little crimps that go with it, and we're going to give it a shot. I don't know if these crimps are different or what the situation is, but when I bought the tool, it came with little bags of they call them special crimp beads. I don't know if you can use normal crimp beads. I don't know anything about this thing. So we're about to find out if it works or not. So I have my wire on my component here, and I'm just gonna thread on one of these special crimp tubes. Excuse me, guys, I got a frog in my throat. Now, the directions say to crimp it and turn, and crimp and turn. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to see if this works. Keep your fingers crossed for me. I've never done this before. Get him in the ball, in the little hole, and squeeze real tight. Supposedly. Oh, it's sliding. I don't know about this, y'all. Let's see if it gets more secure. All right, well, it does look nice. And yeah, it's secure. All right, y'all. There's another way to crimp. How about that? Wow. Okay. Now, I think I have room for these beads to slide onto both wires. So let's see. Yeah, they'll go on. All right, what I was going to do is put 3 Florites and a spacer bead on this one. Trying to kind of figure out something that adds a little bit more visual interest to this. Well, this bead's going to be stubborn on me. All right, there it goes. All right, there's our first 3. And I want to put one of these spacer beads on. Okay. And now I want another 6mm. I think we got enough wire there. We can cut this off now. I want a 6mm, and then I want a spacer, a little tiny spacer bead. Oh, those are little. Okay. And I want a 10mm fluorite. And then another one of these little gold ones. And then another 6. And another one of these large gold spacer beads. And now I'm going to do 3 of the 6mm. Man, the holes on these beads are small. Okay. It's got some interest to it, yeah. Okay. Another, excuse me, gold. A 6. A tiny gold. A 10. A tiny gold. And another 6. All right. Do we like that? Yeah, I like it. I think it's cool. All right, you guys, I'm going to continue this pattern up this side and I'll go ahead and do the other side, and then I'll come back and we'll finish it up, okay? All right, you guys, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys, I have our beads strung on to our beading wire, and I'm happy with how it came out. We'll be able to see it a little better when we get it all completed, but this is basically what we have. And as you wear it, of course, that opens up, and that's what our necklace will look like. So I'm going to go ahead and put the ends on this, put our clasp on it, and then we're going to make a bracelet to match. And I've pretty much already got it laid out, but I came across some issues that I wanted to tell you what I decided to do about it. So I have not strung it at all, and I'll show you in just a minute what I'm talking about. But for right now, I just want to get our wire guardians on here and get this finished. So I've put a wire guardian on. I have my crimp tube already there, and I'm coming back through the crimp tube and a couple of beads if I can get through them easily enough. These have pretty small holes, so I'm not sure how we're going to do on that. Well, it went through one. I'll take it. I'm going to pull that down some. We don't have to worry about getting this one perfect because, well, actually we do, because we have a station here, so we can't do what we normally do and hold it up and slide our beads down. We have to get this right to begin with. Let me close that wire guardian some, stick my round nose in there and pull so I can get it tight enough, and that looks good. All right, y'all, I'm going to try it with these miracle crimpers again, see what happens. Fingers crossed. Squeeze it and turn it, and squeeze and turn and squeeze and turn. Okay, that's not bad, y'all. Might be easier than the other way. Cut off our excess wire. Okay, there we go. They do look nice. You can see it just creates a perfect little ball. Okay, let's do the other side. So first we put on our crimp tube, then our wire guardian. Come up and over, back through the tube. Get through one if you can. If you can't, no big deal. I always try. It's just a habit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this bead or not, though. Like I said, these fluorite beads have really small holes for some reason. Okay, got him. So let's pull him down some. Close our wire guardian a little bit. Take our round nose pliers and hold so we can pull. Okay. I want that a little tighter. I'm so bad to use my nails for tools. Do y'all do that? It's so bad to do. Okay. Put our magic crimping pliers there. Make sure we get it in the hole and squeeze. And turn, squeeze, turn, squeeze, turn. Okay. Okay, that one looks good. We have a lobster claw clasp here. And I'm going to stick on real quick. Lobster claw on and hook to our wire guardian and close. Go the other side. I have a larger jump ring to have attached to our lobster claw. And I went ahead and prepared an extender chain. All right. And there's our necklace. And I am actually happy with it. I wasn't sure I was going to be when I first started. I wish these beads had more saturation, but they don't. So, that's the nature of the beast with gemstones. You just never know. All right. Now, I put together a bracelet. Um, and as you can see, I've used the same beads, but I'm trying to get these two so that they're perfectly straight, and it's leaning in just slightly, not enough for another bead, not even enough for another spacer bead. So what I've done is I pulled out two teeny tiny size 15-0 seed beads. And when I'm stringing this, I'm going to put one on each side on this top row, hoping that I can level that out and make it perfectly straight. So that's what I'm going to do on that. And then I just went ahead, as long as we were doing it, and made a really simple earring. This is just the same wire that we used making the necklace drops. I wire wrapped one of the small beads and then put one of the larger beads on a ball head pin and dropped it from there. Put them on a lever back, and we have a very simple pair of earrings. So I'm not going to do this on screen, y'all, because there's nothing here that I did that I haven't already shown you or that you don't know how to do. And kind of the same thing with the bracelet. Um, I really don't know that you will benefit from watching me string it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get it strung, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do to finish it. So, all right, guys, I'll be back in a few minutes. Hi, everybody. Okay, I finished everything up. I finished the other earring, and I finished our bracelet, and it came out absolutely perfect. I don't know if you'll remember, but on this row where I have the two 10 millimeter beads in the center, see, on this one only has one, so that threw my spacing off. So what I did is on this bottom row, on each end, I put a size 15-0 seed bead just to make it so that those bars were perfectly straight. And that worked out just perfect. And then I put on my wire guardians and stuff, and I used a two-hole or a two-strand clasp. It's a slide clasp. They just go together because I can put these on and off by myself. You just slip that over and close it. That's how easy that is. So those are nice clasps to have. Those came from Fire Mountain. But anyway, here is our complete set. And while I do wish the beads had more saturation of color, I still think it came out really pretty. The gold beads really brought some interest and added something to it. So, all right, you guys, well, that's another way to crimp. I'm really impressed with these magic crimpers. The crimps that I've made with them are just, they're perfect. You see that? See that little tiny ball right there? That's our crimp bead. So I wasn't sure about them. I've heard bad and good, but it does take a lot of practice. I've done that several times off screen just to make sure it worked. And you can do it. If you're having trouble crimping the other way, it's worth a try. They're they are a little more expensive than a lot of pliers, but it's the old you get what you pay for kind of thing. All right, you guys, I hope you got something out of this video. I appreciate you being here. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love for you to do so you can join me on the next video. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.